Boom. Should be all good. Let's see if this is on properly. There we go. Perfect. Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert. Oh. 1 second. Let me get this up. Let me get this. Hello, 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 hello. Let me just midday mark up. Boom. Oh, let me get the live chat back on. Get rid of that. Open this. Get rid of that on there. There we go. How's everyone? How's everyone doing? Hello, Lee. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Sarah. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone's days going? Let me just get some water. Hello, Nisi. Hello, Richard. Hello, Michael. Just thought I'm going to try and add to the live. So obviously we've got the live that we do on a night, and then I'm going to try and start going live over sort of start of New York session. I always mark up my charts sort of in the morning before London. And then I like to mark up on a night as well, go over what we've found on the day, and then just come up with a plan for the next day. And then I always do mark up for New York Open as well, depending on sort of how price looks. So I'm going to start streaming that as well. And I think having like a midday catch-up, seeing everyone's getting on sort of midday is a good idea. And just having like a midday catch-up, see how everyone's doing, come with a plan as we start to pick up volume in New York. It's unfortunate, Robert. Hello, Lawrence. Hello, Katie. Hello, DB. Hit my biggest trade today and just hit 60k on the IG dashboard. Wow, Patrick. Really nice, Patrick. Really nice. Very, very nice. Great idea. Appreciate that, Alex. Hello, Jay. Okay, nice, Oramus. Just make sure this is all good. Hello, Glenn. I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you? Hello, Spike. Hello, David. Hello, Fleck. But yeah, how are we all finding today? Obviously, it's new going live midday. Normally live on a night. I normally go live on a night to have a catch up and go over how the day has gone, and then mark up for like a plan tomorrow. But going to start going live sort of midday for New York as volumes picking up. Waiting for the Wizards direction. Insane timing from Corey if you didn't see his analysis. Patrick, I saw it, and then I've been speaking to Corey today. Looking at getting like a special section for his timings. So then not only the timings like don't get lost, but then also he's got a section where he can explain it more in terms of, okay, at this time, like this is what the time means. This is where like you could place a stop loss. This is where you could place a take profit. This is what confirmations I'm going to be looking for. So things like that, like his own little section, because I feel like giving them giving him his own section there would be really good. I've seen a lot of people absolutely crushing it with his timings, and he's just getting better and better at utilizing them as well. So I'm currently literally mid conversation with him about that. Nicely. Hello, William. Would love to see that. Yeah, literally, I sent him a message before about like common questions that I've seen, and how we can sort of structure that into a nice message and like a plan throughout the day in terms of, okay, timings here, and then like a rundown at the end of the day, and stuff like that. And again, all of the timings and everything from Corey, as well as his own stuff, has been basically got from CDog's section. So CDog's section in the Discord basically teaches you how to come up with those timings for yourself, as well as a ton more stuff. So that's where Corey's sort of learned that, and then Corey's really adapted it, and he's done really, really well with it. So yeah. David, I was mid getting back to messages before this, and I'm going to continue after this, mate. So I'm sure I'll get to it after this. For the next like few hours, I'll be. Yeah, don't get the timing thing. Where does he pull them out from? Yeah, it's. How do you know what time the market's going up or down? Yeah, it's. I'm not going to reveal too much with that, because again, that's CDog stuff. He's worked hard on a lot of resources for that, and it works extremely well. If you want to learn more information on that, then head over to CDog's section in the Discord. He's got so many like incredible resources there, and you see it working for Corey. And yeah, a lot of you are like catching on to the times, and you're like, wait there, okay, like this is actually insane. And then if you look at the particular times, you look at what the market does over those particular times, it's pretty insane. Hello, Hammer. And Hammer, I replied to your mate who messaged to get on board in the group as well. I saw you replied to that as well. When we get our houses on the Palm, brother, soon, Jay, soon. We need to keep an eye out for 2 mansions next to each other for sale on the Palm. I'll keep an eye out as well. I know a guy actually who hosted a big event recently, where he basically got a bunch of investors. Pretty cool idea actually. What he did was instead of like taking people to the property, he would fly out, like he really curated the audience, and then flew out investors on helicopters over the Palm, and like did like real estate agent stuff in a helicopter above the property, which is pretty cool. So Jay, me and you next. 22 trades, 22 wins. Insane, Alex. Very, very nice. Yes, mate. Nice one, mate. Hi, Max. Hello, Andy. Hello. But yeah, so going into New York, volume's gonna be rising now throughout the day. So let's see what we can sort of come up with. The past few days, price action's been very, very, very nice. So let's see what we can come up with. So I always like to have like trend lines on, just as sort of like to get structure from. I don't necessarily purely use trend lines at all, but I think having, when you come to a chart, you've got a blank chart in front of you, having something on there to get structure to work from is very important. And then where I get that structure from is sort of a fixed volume range profile, which is this like light blue area here. This shows me where volume's spiking, shows value area, high value area, low point of control in that particular range. And then trend lines like we've got here as well. Mate, me and you, Duo Mansions on the Palms are coming, ColezTrades Complex. That would be awesome. That's something, I think I spoke to you before about that, Jay. Imagine getting like a big mansion in Dubai, and then having like all of the educators in there, and then we have like a few rooms for members as well, and we just rotate members in and out, and they like come, they get, because obviously if you're in a house with like 6 full-time traders, then like you're just going to adapt to what they're doing. And like if you're around 6 people who are making money every day trading, like you're just gonna like you will just assimilate with that. And so yeah, but level which we're coming up to now, which I do want to look at, obviously that's a huge volume spike as we move into this, but definitely want to take a look at this. Going to move these 2 over. Just get this looking nice. This golden pocket here's not good anymore. I reckon Leon's probably looking for a sweep of this high. I reckon we could see something from Leon very soon. He's most likely looking at this, and an alert's just gone off from him. It seems like something he would be looking at. So I don't miss this. Let me just put an alert there. Quick question for UK people. What's the tax implications when you withdraw from YouFunded? Not at this stage yet, but worth an ask. Jay, the best thing to do there is a great saying, which some people agree with, some people don't agree with. It's get rich, then get legal. So focus on making the money first. A problem which I definitely faced when this was like when I was coming up in trading, but I was still doing like, I was like basically I was reselling stuff like on eBay and Amazon FBA and stuff like this. I had like an earrings jewelry business. It was really weird. Then I spent so much on like trying to figure out like the best tax way to go and this, that, and the other. And I wasted so much time and so much money on that. The best thing to do is make the money first and then simply look up the good accountancy firms near you and then just book in like a free consultation with them. Go in and from their side, it's quite easy. I mean, there's a lot of very, very complicated businesses, but for you just say, okay, I buy this challenge, I get paid out from here. Like it's one payment a month. Like it's really easy. They've got to deal with businesses that are doing, tens of thousands of transactions a month. So it's quite simple for them. Just getting a free consultation with an accountancy firm that's near you, and then just go over with it from them. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Mate, this idea is insane. We should do it. Us and for the educators, I'm in. Yeah, that would be insane, Jay. That would be that's a big thing. That's a big thing. I was speaking to my videographer yesterday. A lot of you know him, Thomas, about doing another event in potentially February. But this time it's like a purely ColezTrades event in terms of like we get a big room, do like a. It'll be really good, and then have like a stage, and we get like educators up on the stage, get everyone there, and then it's like a full like a day event thing. So you come, we have like talks or whatever, and then everyone has food together at the event, and then we continue the event after that. I was up till like, I don't even know, so I had the live, and then I had the live on the on YouFunded, and then after that like a 2-3 hour call, basically going over that. So yeah, it was a long call. I'm surprised Leon didn't put something for that. He's the sweep master. Fuck accountants, I get mine for free. Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, that's better. Craig, what was your name before? I pay for the flight and come and see to learn and shoot, learn the shot. Yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good, Tim. Again, that event would be. So there's two events there. So one event, the event I was speaking about last night with my videographer would be in London. So we'd do that in London, just because majority of people are in and around there. And then the educator one, that would be a very, very, very like specialized event for like, just a few people. But the one in London, we can get everyone there, and still that'll be a really, really good day. I'm really gonna be moving towards events now, sort of like 2-3 events a year that are like, we get a big venue, we have like food in between, and it's like really, really, really full on. Get like a bunch of educators speaking, maybe there's a good few people who I know in the trading space who like they aren't public at all, but they're like wizards. It's crazy, and getting them to potentially give a talk as well. I don't know how they'd feel about that, but that would be cool as well. But there's a lot we can play around with that. How the job? What's happening? Hello, Tony. All good. Just sort of going to do quick analysis, like midday catch up, see what's going on. We've just had a huge impulse move to the upside after a nice bounce from this point of control, and then we are forming a tiny like a 1 minute range here that could prove to form divergences before we hit this point AA6 value or a high naked point of control. And then for those who have looked over the scalping system which went on, I've just seen Steve post a picture in the winning trades chat. He caught the buy position on the move up. Yeah, Ben, it'll be a lot more planned. Like there's going to be like an event team there, like a team which is like they do events. So yeah, it'll be crazy. Okay, so we are in the value area high now. We've had an impulse move down into this range here. So impulse move down into this range. We've formed a 0.886 here. So I got the 0.886 by pulling the fib from this high here to this low down here with the 0.886 there. And then also we've got a naked point of control, I believe, from yesterday. So we got a naked point of control on that 0.886 level as well. Yeah, this looks nice. Let me just move this down. Let's go on to the lower time frames. I want to see at least a 1 minute divergence as we head into this level. Let's see where potential stops could be. So I'd want to enter literally as soon as we got into that level. It's quite a tight level. Either stop above this high or above the value area high. We'll see how we enter the level. I didn't crypto puppy. I did not receive that email. I'm still waiting on it. I'm hopeful. Corey's killing it. He is. And again, I've been for everyone who's a few messages about Corey today, but that's really good. And then but we're looking at getting a potential section for Corey so he can post his timings and a bit more information in there about his timings. So yeah, that's something that we're cooking up as well. I'm literally mid conversation with Corey right now. So that's something that will probably be out tonight, if not tomorrow. So a specific section for Corey and his times. He's been posting them for a bit now, and a lot of you have like clocked on how good they are and how accurate they are. So yeah, section specific for that. So we can go into a bit more detail. So A, you don't miss the timings. B, he can go into a bit more detail about how to utilize said timings. And then also like directing you in case if you want to learn how to do those timings as well. He's learned them from C.Dog section in the Discord. By the way, guys, if you do like the live, liking the live and subscribing helps push out the live as well. What do you mean 0.886? So 0.886 is a Fibonacci retracement level. So the Fibonacci retracement tool looks like this, and it basically shows a high probability pullback. And yeah, so 0.86. So I use predominantly like 0.5 sometimes, and then 0.618, and between the 0.618 and the 0.65, the golden pocket, the 0.786, and then the 0.886. Those are like the main fib levels. Nice, Tony. Ben, I've just seen what you're on. So basically, he was gonna do another one. I'll reply to you after this, but like brief overview, it's fine. He was gonna do another one, like sort of little ones in between big ones. So the big events that I'll do are gonna be like, you know, big venue, like on stage speakers. We'll have food in between, and then they'll sort of be 2 to 3 times a year big event. And again, everyone inside the group can come along. And then also there'll be like mini ones, which is what he's doing. Bootcamp will be finished completely by tomorrow night, Max. Nice, Craig. And then what you said, the sort of launch time for it, like weekend/Monday, sounds really good. And then I like the idea of I really like what you did with like everyone can go through at their own pace, which is really good. Like it creates autonomy there, but then also having like a set thing of like, okay, this week we're on this section. So if people want to go off on their own and they want to blast through it, or they want to go skip to a certain section, they can do that. If they want to go through it as a team and all together, then we can go through it as a team as well. So Yeah, I like that a lot. Really detailed as well, which is really nice. Really, really nice. Everyone's hyped up for the boot camp, Craig. Really hyped up. And guys, it's better than you think. Like the detail is insane. Like the information's crazy. And yeah, if you want to speed through it, like and just go balls to the wall, then you can. But if you want to just like take it slow and we all go through it together, like we'll make that happen as well. So we'll be like, okay, today we're going through this section. Boom, 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 boom. We'll read it out. We'll get up the chart. We'll go through it. We'll go through that bootcamp section, and then you can go through the tasks which are there as well. And yeah, so it's looking really good. Hello, Dr. Des. Hello, hello, hello. That's why I built it that way, bro. Wanted it so everyone can do it however they want. Yeah, can't wait to rest my fingers. I'm surprised you got any fingers left after it, Craig. But yeah, it's something we originally like everyone like sort of kind of forced to move through it together. But then people do move at their own paces. It's like I don't mean to whip out an analogy this early on in the day. But it's like when you start driving, some people get in the car and they just know what they're doing. Other people, like, they need those, driving lessons, like a lot of them. And so allowing some people to rush off and go do craziness and jump to a certain lesson and start doing this, and this. Like, by all means, go ham. But then also for those who want to take it slow, work up incrementally, work up step by step, and do it together, then that's there as well. But yeah, Craig's really gone above and beyond with it. So huge shout out to Craig. I know Craig gets a lot of love in the Discord, but let me tell you, he doesn't get enough considering how good the boot camp is. I know a lot of people. Well, you haven't seen it yet, but trust me, you're going to be like, Craig, this is insane. We need a rest in peace to Craig's fingers though after all that typing. Sounds good. Yeah, it will. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. But guys, let me know how your day's been today. Again, I'm starting to go live, sort of New York session, start of New York as we head into more volatile times. On top of the live I do on a night, I always do mark up my charts midday, regardless. So just marking them up live is a new addition when things are looking particularly juicy. And we had this huge move up after this point of control golden pocket was hit. I saw a few people did catch this as well, catch this in the group as well, which is really nice. So big shout out there. I'm looking forward to reading those after, because this move seems like a lot of people in this roof. I'm pretty sure Corey gave a time for it, so this is an awesome touch. Any chance that we could have either yourself or one of the fine educators do this once a day for like an hour or so? So like a live trade session, great community. Yeah, Dr. Des, I'm going to be doing this, try and do this Monday to Friday. Some days I just can't. But most I should be able to make it work. Sometimes they'll just be like 15 minutes. Yo guys, this. But other times they'll be a bit longer. And then I believe Brandon and Leon are going to be doing live sessions as well. I'm pretty sure Leon's is going to be Friday, and then Brandon throughout the week, just like going live, going over what he's doing. Great, looking forward to going over the boot camp and with Beans. Did get this sweep and dropped. I'm surprised Leon didn't mention. He might have mentioned that in his section, but this looks like an exact Leon sort of setup. Leon's he's back in full force, by the way, and he's the sweep king. So yeah, but this level's still in play here. This 0.886 value very high. I'm actually quite happy that we've had a bit of a pullback, because if price just jumps straight into a level, like no pullback, no nothing beforehand, chances are the momentum will carry us through the level. Whereas if we're like jagged before we hit the level, then like a spike up and come down, like this looks higher probability than this. Like we don't really see this in price, not too often anyway. Let me just get this back up. So we could see this hit within the next not long at all, like a few minutes really. Let's keep an eye. I want to keep an eye on the 1 minute, see if we can form some divergences. I always want to see a 1 minute divergence before entering a trade. Drawdowns basically peak to troughly. So if your capital gets up to £1,500, let's say, and then you go down to £1,300, then you're in. Then you're 200 drawdown from that peak. Good, Robert. Good. It's getting better. No, Craig, that's just Ben. Like, Ben's... Yeah, Ben. He's indoctrinating the group to have a foot fetish, I'm pretty sure. I can't believe I just said that. What are you having for dinner today, Max? I have no idea. I haven't planned that far ahead. Really appreciate the lunchtime live. Great analysis from last night, by the way. Appreciate that, John. Appreciate that. And then I've seen a good few people comment on the last 2 days. The analysis sort of midday was like, it was really full on. So it was like, guys, there's bull flag forming here. Okay, we've broke that. Okay, looking for retest here. Okay, bull flag here. Okay, we're coming up to this level here. This is like the overall sell for the day. Okay, boom, 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 boom. And it was very, very active. But seems like a lot of people really like that active sort of literally, okay, what I'm thinking, I'm like putting into the group throughout the day. And obviously that's like very intense session when like opportunities are very, very high. So it won't be the case all the time. Sometimes the market's just not giving us those opportunities. But when it is, I want to make sure I'm there to capitalize off them. And largely trading is that, you're staying out of bad conditions, but when, conditions are really, really good and you perform well in those conditions, making sure you absolutely exploit those good conditions as much as possible. I called the exact bottom with my 0.786 plus VWAP, thanks to Corey's buy times. My fingers were too slow to get. I saw that, Hammer. I saw you put a message in the Discord saying your fingers were too slow after it moved. Corey's buy times have been crazy, like crazy. And yeah, again, I'm mid conversation. I'm mid conversation with Corey getting sort of a section for him set up where he can post his times, because I'm seeing the value in them. A lot of people are absolutely loving those times, and so going to be doing a specific section on that, so he can post his times in there so you know exactly where to find them, so you don't miss them, and then also so we can explain them a bit more, as I do see a good few people getting confused on them, or this question comes up or this question comes up. It is a lot simpler than you might seem, but it's just a new format. Like, you don't really see many people saying at 9:06 a.m. looking for buy positions. Like C.Og, when people started seeing him doing that, people were like, what the hell is going on here? And Corey's really, really learned from C.Og there. And so, yeah, it's still like, what the hell, though, because you just never see that, ever. But it's really good for also really, like, those times, you can really adapt those times with simple confirmations. Either adapt them from Corey or learn how to actually get the times. What I'd recommend is learn how to actually get those times from C.Dog's section itself and learn the other juice that comes with it. And then you come up with your times and imagine, like, throughout the day, it's not like, okay, when this happens, I'll do this. It's at this time, I'm looking for these confirmations. So at 1:35 p.m. you're looking for buy positions, and then it's a lot nicer, and I see a lot of people really like that. Found October not being respecting levels I backtested to double check, and I found not a great month compared to other months. Yeah, Los Blancos, definitely. I mean, Brandon put it in good. So October's pretty weird. And then obviously also one thing which is very important is volatility is so high that, like, we're looking for, once we're in that area, we're looking for buy positions. So it's not an exact level. Volatility is too high to find like super exact levels right now. Like it can still be done. Like for example, the golden pocket, the higher time frame golden pocket that we had from here, which was the exact top. But it's just on those lower time frames, especially. So when I mean lower time frames, I mean below the hourly. It's so difficult to get those particular precise levels. Again, because ATR, average true range, which is basically the measure of volatility, is so high right now on gold. It's really difficult to get extremely precise levels. So make sure you're being careful in these turbulent times. And if you are new to the live, then if you can like, subscribe, all that shit, all that stuff, excuse the language, it helps push out the live. And then if you're not already in the private group, you can click the link on my YouTube description, get access to the private group where you get access to signals, analysis, courses, full community, educators who are posting their signals and analysis as well, and just the best team in the entire trading space, to be honest. I'm at work, I shouldn't be on it. Yeah, guys, everyone at work on here, what are you doing? Bombay, I'm new here. I'm so confused. Which parts are you confused about, mate? Just let us know any questions, and I'll happily do a deep dive on them. Ben never did so much back testing in his life. Like was it last month or the month before? Coming through my work radio, right? I started going through CDOG stuff, but didn't have the time to absorb it properly. Gonna have to sit down with it all soon and go through it all. Yeah, Craig, it's crazy. Like it's crazy. I mean, the detail he goes into, and then just the concepts he goes over, like it does hurt your brain. Like no matter what, like you go through CDOG section, you start looking at all of his stuff. It's insane. Boom. A second, I'm getting a call. There we go. I've got a day off today. Hammer, you're slacking. Just general market dynamics, Lee. Extremely chaotic moment in the markets right now. Obviously, gold's above 4K. We're having huge sloping pullbacks. Things are just crazy in the market right now. I mean, for gold to have had, 9 weeks in a row close green, and it just exponentially increase. Craziness. Everyone just quit and become full-time traders. Brandon coming in with the amazing knowledge, and I completely agree. Bro says to me, "What is this bollocks he's talking about?" I spend 100+ hours on replay mode every month. That is rough. Definitely been there. Sat in mobile crane watching. Let me know where you are, where you are right now. Was in drawdown on one of my fundeds, now made a month's salary in 2 days, just enhancing my strategy and staying out of having too many orders a day. Nice, Ryan. Really nice. And that's, a byproduct of having larger capital and scaling those fundeds is the fact that you don't have to enter many orders. Again, you don't need loads of trades. The past 2 days on the funded, which I've got, I took 2 trades and made all right money. I'm already dangerous on the charts. Imagine with times. Yeah, Craig, it would be disgusting. It's one of those things as well. You can really just add it in. It's not there's no system in the world where you couldn't just add it in, and it improve by 5%, let's say, and 5% edge. I mean, an extra 5% on you, Craig. If we take $1 billion and we add an extra 5%, then it's not too shabby. It's a few extra houses, isn't it? Spends more time in replay mode than he does in trade. Literally hiding in a spray booth at work currently. I'd love to quit my job and do this, but I have no clue what's going on. Yeah, Bombay, you can definitely do this. You 100% can. We've got members who have gone full-time and who are going full-time. We've got traders in the group who are full-time, like the educators. And yeah, you can do this, but Bomb Ray, just you're probably in quite a malleable, susceptible point in your journey right now. So just be careful with what you look at online. Don't start taking in a bunch of crap info, because otherwise you'll build up bad habits, and it's so difficult to unlearn bad habits. So if you do want to like pursue this, take it slow, focus on risk management first, and just start absorbing information. And don't be afraid if someone's if you're watching someone online or doing this or doing that, question everything. Like, I don't care if they're sat in front of a Bugatti or whatever. Like, question everything. If you don't agree with something, then it's fine. You know, there's buyers and sellers in these markets. You know, I've been in buy trades when we've got educators in the group who are in sell trades. Like, it's absolutely fine. There's buyers and sellers in these markets. So, you know, absorb information and find your own like path, and you can definitely do it. Driving down the M25. Not far from me, actually. Yeah, not far. On a beach walking the dogs. Wait there, Katie's flexing on all of us. Katie's just strolling on the beach. Brandon, everyone just suck up to Max. He's a softie. He'll eventually just pay for you to live. That is not... I am not a softie, okay? That is not true. So when he made so many trades yesterday, absolutely CBA to journal them all. Gotta get it done today. Hammer, you know you have to get it done. Look, if you're taking so many trades that you can't be asked to journal them, then you're taking too many trades. Okay? You know you are though, so I don't even need to say this. I'm just saying what you already know. So you gotta get it done. On an oil refinery on the Wirral sat in a crane. Okay, I don't know what's better. Katie just chilling, walking along the beach with the dogs, or Tim just chilling in a crane. What? Well, anyway, everyone good. Brilliant, Brandon. Brilliant. How are you, mate? How's everything going? How's the little one? Craig and Mr. C clap. Ryan, it's too powerful. Ryan, it's too powerful. Like I'm gonna be. You know, if anyone's, this is gonna sound like so nerdy, but like in like Transformers, when like they like take control of those like Transformer dinosaurs and they just turn into like the most overpowered thing imaginable. That's like Craig and Mr. C. It's insane. It's just too much. I'm sitting in my van on my laptop with the charts. I'm watching you on my tablet, hiding in the car park behind some bits. Tony, I've definitely been there. 95% win rate sounds good with a minimum 3 hour each trade. Yeah, Craig. You know, generational wealth sounds all right. My weekends at home, I spent back testing. Yeah, I still back test now. I mean, I journal all trades, and I still go back through the charts. I think it's always important to go back through and just see what opportunities you missed and see what opportunities you didn't execute on properly. Especially in this market, I found that a lot of times the idea, and I think a lot of you can relate to this, the idea being correct, but the execution, like your execution could have been a bit better. And, you know, no matter what, if you don't actively improve and you don't actively like try and get better as a trader, if you just stay where you are, the markets, they are getting better and they are adapting and they're always changing and they will rip you apart. So you've always got to be adapting, always got to be improving, no matter how far you go as a trader. And so that's really, really, really important. And so definitely during these market conditions with the volatility, definitely the execution is something. Can I backtest you? Ben, man. It's good to have you on, Ben. Peeling potatoes for my lunch. John, make me some mash. Love a bit of mashed potato. Use your gold system on, I assume on different markets. Lee, not really. I do swing currencies if opportunities like come up, but again, super higher time frame. But the pairs which I stick on are majority gold and Bitcoin. They're ones I've stuck on them for years now, and they're just where, in my opinion, the most opportunity lies. Definitely gold is where the most opportunity lies for me. But like people either sort of transition between gold or they go to like NQ. Really, that's where I see majority, and then some end up on like various currency pairs like EU or something. Just at home on the sofa having a cup of tea. That sounds amazing, William. You can't beat a cup of tea. 100% my sell I put on the Discord in the winning section. I could have pressed sell higher, but was waiting for a break on lower time frame in trend line. Yeah, right. I mean, it's good to wait for confirmations, but yeah, that extra, you can always optimize confirmations, and optimizing that entry, optimizing that execution, that like a slightly higher entry on that would have drastically improved the risk to reward. I encourage you, if you go on your chart, like just to visualize it, you put on a trade that's like 1 to, like, let's just say 1 to 2, okay? You move that entry down what looks like the tiniest bit, and then suddenly you're at 1 to 2.5, which is obviously drastically better. Like, optimizing that entry can just make that risk to reward so much nicer. These markets are brutal, to be fair. Yeah, the last 2 days I've found really nice. Like really nice, just big sloping moves during Asia. So from end of New York to start of London, they've just been like these, like really sloping, which have been really nice. But yeah, it definitely been tough. Definitely been tough. Got you on one screen, replay mode on the other. That's the way to go. I keep seeing myself there. I need to go get a haircut. Oh my God. I was going for a run the other day. The road was closed off, so I headed home and drank a beer instead. Chris, where did that even come from? I mean, it's a sign, I guess. If you go for a run and the road's closed, like, that is just a sign to have a pint. Like, if the world's ever giving you a sign, that's it. Chris, that's hilarious. Trading, really, really important. Great advice. Yeah, Hammer. Yeah, that's the, like, where the most optimization and most improvement can be definitely made. Stop loss is a weird one, just because, you know, you can always, like, literally keeping it simple, having a tighter stop loss, you get the higher risk to reward, but then you can get caught out by the volatility. So it's like there's never like a perfect stop loss. And then take profit, I think, is the least important. Just because, like, having a concrete stop loss, I never want to have a ceiling on my winnings. So what I mean by that is I'll never just, like, really just close out a full position. I'll take partials as we go. So whatever take profit I use, whether it's there, like, it doesn't really matter for me. What I'm looking for is to just take partials as we ride the move and just, you know, try and squeeze out the move as much as possible. If the move carries on going and I'm still holding 10-20% of my position down here, then absolutely brilliant. If the market reverses and goes back up and hits break even and I've took out 60% of my position, then brilliant. Like, it's a win-win situation. And that allows you to squeeze the most out of moves. As Tuesday's stopped, my stops haven't been stopped. I mean, that's good, Ryan. Do you have a template for journaling trades? There is one coming in the boot camp. So I was thinking about dishing out the one that like basically optimizing the one that Leon uses for his one-to-ones. I like to keep journaling very simple. So put on the things which you can optimize. So for example, you definitely want to have on what time you entered the trade, what pair you want to have on, what market it was in. Was it during London? Was it during New York? Was it during both? What was it? What was the reasoning behind the trade? What was the R on the trade, the risk to reward of the trade? What was your psychology when you entered the trade? Things like that you can look back through and you can simply be like, okay, I can objectively see I perform better in London session. One optimization. Okay, I can see I perform better when London actually opens. Okay, that's another optimization. And then you can see, okay, this trade actually, these particular trades, they carried on running past my take profit. Okay, I need to extend them. Okay, these trades that got stopped out, the idea was actually correct, but the stop loss got tagged. Okay, I can either use a wider stop loss or I can wait for this type of execution. Okay, the psychology on the trade. When I mention these words in terms of like just when I see myself with this particular mindset going into a trade, it normally performs better. When I see this particular mindset going into a trade, it normally performs worse. Those few optimizations are so important, and it's something I've mentioned a lot on the past few lives, which is a lot of people think, oh yeah, you just build a system and then you just follow that system. No, you've got to become an expert on that system and you've got to become an edge yourself. You've got to learn when to use your system, when to not use your system, and that comes from journaling. And like Craig says, one of the parts which I looked through a lot, actually, I really like, is the journaling part of the bootcamp. Literally in the on like Notion, you've got the journaling part, and then you can see like the trades there. That's going to be really, really important. So yeah. Definitely. Have you thought about, due to high volatility, putting your entry lower to let volatility tap you in? Sometimes, Hammer, and a lot of members do that. And a lot of times, Hammer, like, for example, I'll go on just so I can show you an example. For example, here, like, I'll layer in 2 trades. Like you can see, I'm layering into sells here. I'm layering into buys here. I'm layering to buys here. I'm layering into buys before this move up. I'm layering into sells here. And that's like I do often, like, instead of just deploying 100% of my risk straight away, what I'll do is I'll say, okay, I've got $1,000 to risk on this trade. Instead of just deploying $1,000, setting a set stop loss, I'll have my stop loss and I'll be like, okay, on this trade, I've got $200 risk. Okay, I'm going to add to it again. I'm going to risk another $200. And until that risk total is the $1,000, which I previously outlined, I can, allow that to form better. Like, it just works out better for me. Do you do trailing stop loss or break even on trades you let ride? Does it depend on the market conditions? Yeah, Katie, it does depend. So I'll trail to some extent, but there's a few different ways you can trail. So, or like stop loss to break even, yes. Sometimes stop loss above prior high is better. Something which I saw a lot of people say when I did like members interviews was, a lot of people said, okay, I move my stop loss to break even and it gets tagged out. And there's a few avenues to go from there. So one is your body will remember and your mind will remember the times where you get tagged out at break even and then it goes your way, okay? Because that's emotional. That's annoying. But you won't really remember the times where you get tagged out at break even and it does go on to hit stop loss because you don't really care. Like it doesn't really matter. So, and the way you actually approach I'm moving stop loss to break even too early and I keep on getting tagged out. If you're saying that without journaling, then emotion could be coming into play and you're actually not being tagged out too early. You're being tagged out a good amount of times and it's improving your overall trading. But you don't know that until you journal. So that's one side to it. Second side is in terms of holding positions. Getting that stop loss to break even as soon as possible, like not as soon as possible, you don't want to do it too early, but once it's at break even, you're in a position where you can only win. Like, again, once your stop loss is at break even, you can only win. That's an incredible position to be in. Like, as a trader, that is just the creme de la creme of positions to be in, okay? And then in terms of taking partials, there's a few options I utilize, and that is one, moving stop loss above prior highs. Two, trailing it at a particular EMA, or if it's a very volatile move and I'm thinking it's not going to last too long, trailing it at the VWAP, because that obviously that's very look, I'll show you what I mean by that. Like it's very fast moving. We're going to clear a chart. I don't use by the way, these lines, when you get up VWAP, these are standard deviation. So that's one standard deviation from the VWAP. I don't really use them, but some people do. But for example here, like trailing it at this VWAP, because they're having such a volatile move down, like would have been a lot better than really any EMA or any trailing. Like you'd have caught the bulk of that move. And so yeah, trailing at the VWAP can be quite nice as well. Move this here. Boom. I will force you to journal with the boot camp. Hopefully it helps. Journaling helps. Like no matter what, journaling, like there's a few things which I always say, but like they will improve you as a trader. One, journaling. If you journal, you will improve. Like no one can argue with it. It's just a fact. Like you will improve as a trader. Two, risking a set pound amount. Like instead of risking a set lot size or like just winging it, risking a set pound amount, it will improve you. There was a message which got put into the chat yesterday, and I am so happy to see it. Member of the group, I'm gonna get it up. Who put it in? 1 second. Lots of profits from today. Ben put it in. Ben Griffiths. He said only aiming for like £10 profit on each trade. Like he was risking a certain amount on each trade, and he wasn't over risking, and he only made £8, but like his risk management was very very concrete. His risk management was good. He's not going for huge profits, even though he sees people in the community making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 plus a month. Like he's not bothered with that. He's like, I'm on my own path. I'll get there eventually. Like it is what it is, which is fine. Like that's amazing. So journaling will improve your trading. Risking a set pound amount, if you're not already, will improve your trading, in my opinion. And those two are just leagues above others, to be honest. And then reducing your amount of trades. If you're taking 10 trades a day, reduce that, okay? And that will improve your trading as well. I'm sure it will help, Craig. I just have never journaled. It should help in a day-to-day life also. What do you mean by in day-to-day life, Robert? And again, I don't want people to trust me. When I say like journaling, if I joined a live when I started trading and someone said to me, oh yeah, you need to journal to improve, I'd be like, yeah, I ain't journaling. Like, what are you on about? Like, it just doesn't sound like, trading's pretty like cool. You're at the markets, you're at the charts. Like it's got this allure about it. And then someone's telling you to journal. Like, what the hell? But it works. And look, having a journal of all your trades is really cool. Like being able to see, okay, I entered this trade with this reasoning, this. Like that's really, really good. Like it will help, and it's interesting to see. And once you get into the habit of it, it doesn't take long. It takes like less than 5 minutes a day. Like it really does. I mean, if you don't take a trade, it doesn't. Like maybe just entering in your journal, didn't take a trade today because of X, Y, and Z reason. It takes less than 5 minutes, and it'll be the thing which really improves your trading the most. So, yeah. Did 3 trades yesterday. Stopped out on one for -£3. The other 2 trades was £19.50 profit. Results of the day £60. Well done, John. And those risk to rewards as well. Having a loss at £3 and you win at £19.50. Like your 2 wins at £19.50. That is such good like risk to reward. Like low drawdown, high profit, beautiful. Really nice. And something which is also important is, I think, looking at whose dashboard was it? Really important one. Lawrence, his dashboard, he's up $4,484 this month so far. His average winning trade is above his average losing trade. His average daily profits isn't near his overall profit, which shows that he's consistently done it day on day, like day in, day out. Again, his average winning trade is above his average losing trade, which is nice. His average losing trade for the account, he's up $4,484. His average losing trade is $288. That's amazing stats. His win rate is 64%. Very, very, very nice considering the risk reward. Like, that's lovely. Like, they are just beautifully healthy stats. Like, they are really, if you want to see like a nice dashboard, Lawrence's, like, that dashboard just looks clean. I like everything about it. Really nice. Looking forward to it. And Lawrence will be getting a payout. What is it? What day are we on? Yeah, Monday. He'll be getting a nice, like, what's that? Like £3,500 payout. Making £3,500 from trading definitely ain't bad at all. They can, Lee, but again, just like geopolitical impacts as well. Trump, just Trump can as well, and everything in the world goes into this, and then also liquidity. Being at such highs, there isn't as much like orders sat around us, so price can jump from place to place because we're in a price exploration mode. That plays into effect, so a lot of different things as well. Take care, Ben. See you in a bit. Journaling thoughts of the day you had at the chart. What I could do next to improve, like per trade or end of the day. Robert, you can do it after each trade, or you can do it at the end of the day. I think the best thing to do is your psychology part of it. So like when you're into a trade, just quickly put in your notes what you're thinking. Literally, okay, you enter a trade, in your notes, bang, open it up. Okay, the reason I'm entering this trade is because I see this, this, this. Just quickly, so we can get that snapshot of your mentality when you're entering that trade. That snapshot, we can't get that later on in the day. Because hindsight, you'll say you entered the trade because of different reasons. Like everyone would. So, like getting that snapshot of emotion as soon as you enter the trade. So as soon as you enter the trade, open up your notes. I entered because of this, this, this. And if you enter another trade, again, snapshot, I entered because of this, this, this. And screenshot as well. Then at the end of the day, you come to the journal, you put the screenshots in before you enter, like you put the screenshots in as soon as you enter the trades, you put the screenshots in of how they played out, you copy your psychology of when you entered the trade, the little notes thing that I said, you copy that into there, and then you just fill in the rest. What market was it in? It was in London session. What pair was it? Okay, this one was gold, this one was EU. What was the R on the trade? This, that, and the other. And then you just fill in the rest. And at the end of the week, you can go back through your journal and be like, okay, like why did that trade not work out? Like, what was my psychology? Can I spot a pattern between the psychology of trades that don't work out? Can I spot a pattern between, okay, I can see that, okay, I know what's going on here. At the end of New York session, I'm trying to capitalize on that like last bit of volume, and I'm getting like FOMO for the day. And I can see that in the psychology as well. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to trade after like 4 p.m. now to try and cut off that. And you can do things like that. But again, that's all in the journal in the boot camp as well. So Lee, if you put on a trade on a demo account, Do you have... Are you worried about it failing? More water from the Value Max instead. Yeah. Drinking more water now. Yeah, Pat, there's one in the boot camp which is flawless, and it's exactly what I'd say. Let's eject shit from your money when you open trade, consistent money, lost amount. Yeah, exactly. We are moving up now. Sometimes, well, Lee, on a demo, you shouldn't feel. Hopefully, you don't feel anything. And there's a few options which it can be in terms of building confidence. One of them, you might be risking too much money on the trade, and you might be uncomfortable with how much money you're risking on the trade, and so you need to like reduce the risk. And then you need to just numb yourself to it. I spoke on last night's live as well about numbing yourself to that money. You need to get used to, okay, on a trade, losing £10 on a trade and not caring. Like, it needs to just be, okay, like that happened. I'm detached from that. Like Craig said, detached from the money, boom. And you need to allow your mind to like numb yourself to that and then increase. And then numb yourself to that and then increase. Because when you get into trading, your brain isn't used to seeing, 10, 20, whatever pounds just drop. Like, what is that? Like, you're not used to that. Where else in life does that happen? And so you need to allow your mind to catch up. And then once you're used to it and once you're comfortable to it, you're confident. Confidence comes from comfortable. If in a room, when you're in a room with all of your family, yeah, you're quite you're confident. You are yourself. Why are you? Because you're comfortable around your family. Okay. If I put you in a room with a bunch of strangers, then you're not as confident. Why? Because you're not as comfortable. Confidence comes from comfortability. Okay. And so you want to be comfortable risking that amount, and that comes from just keep on going with it. And eventually you'll get comfortable. If I put you in a room with those strangers every single day, after the 5th, 6th day, you're going to be more comfortable with them. You're going to have got used to them. You're going to be more confident with them. If you're risking £10 in each trade every day, after the 5th, 6th, 10th trade, you're going to be more comfortable with that risk amount. You're going to be more confident with that risk amount. And then you'll have more confidence in your trading. So that's a good path you can go down. Trevor. I've seen Corey put 7R on the day. Crazy, Corey. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna finish that up there. Again, what I'm looking for literally is the only thing I'm really seeing is this 0.886 value area high naked point of control level. I really like this level here. And again, we've come down into a range. So impulse move to the downside, ranging. So looking for shorts above the value area high. And then we do have a lot of stuff, like a lot of nice levels down here, but not much that's lining up with like the value area low. And to be honest, I don't feel comfortable shorting here, buying there just yet. Maybe that lines up with this trend line here, but I'll mark those up when we break this trend line here. Until then, I'm focused on getting this sell position from up here. If we do see confirmations, which this looks like we could see this, we form a divergence here. So price goes up, momentum comes down, then we drop down to here, and then either boom up from here or we fall over to here. That's kind of what I'm seeing playing out. And yeah, I'll be putting my analysis into the private group now with a bit more detail. If you're not in the private group, then just click the Telegram button in the YouTube description. Drop me a message. I'll personally respond, and we'll get you involved in the private group. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see everyone tonight on the main live we'll do tonight. And yeah, take care, guys. Have a great night, and appreciate you joining us. Craig has been really good. You've dropped some absolute knowledge bombs here, and everyone's looking forward to the boot camp as well. So yeah, take care, guys. See you in a bit. See you in a bit, Jason. See you in a bit, Craig, Tony, DB. Tim, hope you're good in that crane. Lee, Katie, hope you're enjoying that walk on the beach. Who else? Trevor, Robert, Pat, DZ, Nisi, Drew, William, Glenn, Oramus. Take care, guys. Have a great rest of your